wanted to see me?
Yes.
Have you heard from the department?
They're negotiating with the union.
On what?
I don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. You set me up, Vera. You deliberately didn't tell me about Mrs. Jackson.
When I mentioned the subject, you snapped my head off.
You'd have gotten through if you'd wanted to.
Checking the files of incoming prisoners is your job.
You knew how busy I was.
I thought surely you'd check the crimes and sentences. Now, was there anything else?
Have arrangements been made to feed the prisoners?
Of course. Dinner will be served in the cells. I'll be rounding up 3 of the trustees, Birdsworth, O'Connell and Flynn. They'll assist what staff we've got.
Well, that gets us through tonight.
And tomorrow?
Well, I'll stay locked in their cells until this matter's settled. The whole thing's out of my hands now, Vera. And yours.
I'll get the dinner started.
I trusted you, Vera.
I trusted you too, Jim. So I guess we're quits. Come on, dinner. Birdsworth.
Here, Miss Bennett. God, have I been sweating on this?
We have a special privilege for you, Birdsworth.
What's that, Miss Bennett?
Yeah, Vera, what's going on? What are we locked up for?
Do you want to eat tonight, Latham? That's better. Birdsworth, because you're such a model prisoner, you're going to be allowed to help serve the others their dinner.
When am I going to get mine?
After everyone else.
Oh, God, Miss Bennett, I'm starving hungry. Couldn't I have mine first?
Get moving.
Oh, couldn't I have just a little bit?
What do you know? Smells all right for prison chow.
Won't be for long, Lizzie.
On your way.
Hey, Miss Bennett, how much longer are we going to be locked up like this?
You feeling uncomfortable, Anderson?
Well, we shouldn't ought to be locked up like this.
You're being treated according to proper procedure, Anderson. It so happens that the officers are on strike. And the way things are looking, you could be in here for days.
Yes?
Mrs. Watkins?
Yes.
Can I come in? It's rather personal.
Personal?
Yes, it's about Judy. Judith Ann.
If Judith Ann sent you, she should know better.
She didn't send me. She doesn't know I'm here. She could use your help.
Really? Judith Ann made her own decisions about life quite some time ago. I tried to give her advice, but as usual, she knew best.
She is your daughter, Mrs. Watkins.
Well, if I were dead, she'd have to get by on her own. I'm sorry, I don't discuss family matters with strangers.
Your mother, Mrs. Brooks, is very ill. She's in hospital. Did you know?
Who are you?
My name's Karen Travers. I'm looking after Judy while Mum's in hospital.
Mrs. Brooks. And what's the matter with her?
She's very run down.
Oh, well, I warned her. I warned both of them.
Couldn't you at least go and see her?
Certainly. When I have the time now. Thank you for letting me know.
Mum, Mrs. Brooks, and Judith Ann really would like you to be friends. You see, Judy's problems have given Mum something to live for. Otherwise, she might still be in prison.
You seem to know rather a lot about my family.
I was at Wentworth with your mother.
I see. So you're a prisoner, too. I should have known.
I'm on parole. I wouldn't worry, Mrs. Watkins. Some of Australia's finest families have convict backgrounds.
Well, about bloody time.
Give it to her. And I wouldn't try anything, Smith.
What's going on? Who's this?
I'm Pat O'Connell.
O'Connell, speak when you're spoken to.
Oh, don't panic, Vera. I've got too much on you to blow it. But I've got a right to know when I'm being let out of here.
That's a matter for the governor.
It's not, you know. You can't keep me in the pound for longer than 2 days without the direction of a VJ.
O'Connell outside.
Oh, got yourself a puppy dog, have you? Well, what's going on?
What you don't know can't hurt you, Smith.
You've got 2 days.
You've forgotten something. Mr. Fletcher's running the prison now, and Mr. Fletcher does things his way.
How are you, Karen? Sit down.
You're working late?
Oh, I haven't stopped all day.
I don't know what they'd do without you.
They'd find somebody else.
I've been busy too.
Good.
I went to see Judith Ann's mother.
Uh-huh.
Well, it wasn't the easiest job in the world. Judy warned me it would be difficult, but I... Is anything wrong?
No. Why?
You don't seem all that interested.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course I'm interested.
Is it because I made such a fool of myself the last time I was here?
You didn't make a fool of yourself. We're friends. Now, tell me about Judy's mum. I'm all ears.
Well, she seems to totally reject anything that's not within her scheme of things, but I did manage to get her to go and see Mum Brooks in hospital.
Good girl. That's excellent. Look, I've got some letters here. Do you mind if I open them as we talk?
No, sure. How is the PRG?
Oh, it's making some headway. I've managed to get Pat O'Connell transferred from Barnhurst so she can see her kids.
Good.
Oh, this is the sort of thing that's depressing. It's from Major Linwood at the Salvation Army. He's from the missing persons section. He sends me lists of names from time to time.
Yes, that's right. I remember him. Do you ever know any of them?
Twice, in about 4 years. And in both cases, they dropped out of sight again. Oh, 6 names. I don't know any of them.
Who are they?
Snowy Kulwolski, George John Adams. There's someone here called Porky Hindwood. Ethel Payton, Doreen May Anderson, Tom Robinson.
Doreen May Anderson. Any details?
Last heard of in 1959 in Flemington, being looked after by her father. Her mother's trying to trace her.
Certainly sounds like her.
That's 20 years ago. She could have got married, changed her name by now.
No, I'm sure it's her. Angela Doreen Anderson's in Wentworth.
No, the trouble with people is that there's not enough of them that sat down and really thought what life's all about. You ever done that, Doreen?
Yeah, all the time.
Doesn't pay to think too much. Gets you into too much strife.
I mean, what is life about? It's easy. Living. Getting the most out of everything. So why do people disapprove of me going with the fellas?
There's something here you ought to read, Chrissy. It says, how to have a lasting relationship.
Who wants a lasting relationship?
Me, that's who.
Well, it does you no good. People. Once they stake a claim on you, they stop taking an interest. No, I reckon if you can get them competing, you know? Get 3 or 4 of them going, fighting over you. Know what I mean?
I reckon just one would be nice.
Good morning. They don't usually have the police here. Could I get in?
Sorry, madam.
What do you mean, sorry, madam?
You can't. There's a strike on.
A strike?
The officers.
But I need to get in.
I'm afraid you'll have to make special arrangements, madam, with the acting governor.
Well, could you please let me in so I could make arrangements with the acting governor?
Sorry, madam.
Constable, your manners are wonderful, but your PR leaves a lot to be desired.
Madam, the fact is he isn't in yet. I believe he was here very late last night. Ah, here's the gentleman in question.
What's his name?
Mr. Fletcher, I believe.
Mr. Fletcher, could I see you for a moment? My name's Angela Jeffries from the Prison Reform Group. You've got a new prisoner in there, Pat O'Connell. I'm sorry to get you at such a bad time, but her children are in my car. They know she arrived yesterday and they want to see her. So can I have a couple of minutes?
No, I'm terribly sorry, ma'am.
Pat O'Connell is completely trustworthy, and her children need her.
No, I'm afraid it's out of the question at the moment.
I'll guarantee any conditions. I'm a lawyer, so I do understand.
No, I'm sorry, ma'am. Please, I'm very busy.
Mr. Fletcher, it would take a prison officer 5 minutes. I know it could be done.
Look, ma'am, I've got a strike on my hands. I've had 4 hours sleep last night, and I'm very busy. Now, perhaps when this is over, eh?
Yes, that sounds like a lovely idea. Right, Ellen, I'll pick you up in about an hour. Bye. Oh, good morning, Angela. Come in.
Thank you.
I was just getting ready to go out.
I won't keep you long. Did you realise there was a strike on at Wentworth? The officers.
No, I didn't. I can't imagine how they've kept it out of the press. Full marks to Mr. Fletcher.
From what I've seen of Mr. Fletcher this morning, he's more likely to be the cause of the strike.